Hey there guys, welcome back to my LP run for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. In this part we're going to be taking on Area 5, which is a very interesting level. It's the first point in the overworld screen in which the music is different. I really like this song. Unfortunately we're not going to be hearing too much of it. And it's a level where the scrolls are extremely useful, so we're going to be trying to condense as much time here as possible. The way that Area 5 works is that the Technodrome is randomly hidden inside of one of 3 sewers, and you have to find it as fast as you can. There's no race really to it or anything, but you don't want to spend time going down the wrong sewers, so we're going to start on the one on the left, which is the easiest one to go to. There's the fewest amount of enemies here, and we can tell that unfortunately the Technodrome is not down there, so we're going to be having to move on to the next one. The sewers range in difficulty, the top right one being the easiest and the bottom left one being the hardest. It takes a bit of time to backtrack through these sewers, unfortunately, so every time I guess wrong you're going to have to watch me do that. Sorry about that, but there's really nothing I can do here, and I want to make this as faithful to a normal playthrough of the game as possible, so this is the way it would be if you were playing the game on a Nintendo system. Sometimes you're going to guess right, and sometimes you're going to guess wrong. This is why it's so important to have a lot of scrolls in the game, because you really don't want to run out of them, and you don't know how many guesses it's going to take to get the correct guess on the Technodrome, so just make sure that you have a lot of scrolls at this point. And you're definitely going to want them for the Technodrome, because that thing is insanely hard. Even with the scrolls, it's actually pretty challenging. I'm pretty good at avoiding these enemies, but I've been playing this game for, 20 years now. So, at some point you get to basically kind of be a master at this stuff. I will admit that I think Turtles 1 is a challenging game. It's definitely not easy by any means, but I don't think it's impossible, as a lot of people have said, in its difficulty. It's maybe a little overrated, and I think the main reason for that is just that people don't understand how to beat it the easy way with the scrolls. But you really shouldn't have to do that, for a game like this. It does feel a little bit, kind of like you're cheating, since you're having to rely on the scrolls so much as opposed to your own weapons. So we're now in the second sewer here. This one is considerably harder than the first one. There's more of those armadillo guys and the porcupine guys that look a little like Sandslash from Pokemon. Both require 2 hits to kill, and either one is a lot of fun. The porcupine enemy tends to be kind of near where you are, and if it actually hits you with its body, it'll follow you around, so you'll take more damage from it. It's probably the nastier of the 2 enemies. Both enemies have projectile weapons, and the armadillo one is very fast, so try to keep as much distance between you and them as possible. So we're going to have to go to the third one now. We know the Technodrome's not in the first 2 sewers. Area 5 has some really good music in it. I've already talked about how I enjoy the overworld music, but even the music inside of the sewer is really good too. So we're going to be heading into the warehouse here to recover our health, but there's actually something else in here that's important in case you happen to have lost a turtle. You can get them back by first killing these enemies here, these hawks, and then destroying the brick platform at the bottom of the screen. Watch out for the spikes here. You want to land on the left side and do a small hop over. Destroy these bricks, and voila! We got our turtle back. Sometimes you'll lose your party member at the end of Area 4 because of those trapdoors. It's really annoying, but it does tend to happen sometimes. That's personally why level 4 is my least favorite, or Area 4 is my least favorite level in the game, because I really hate that section with the trapdoors and the lava pits, but trapdoors are worse. These crab guys can actually be killed by Raphael with one hit, so it's one of the very few points in the game where he's actually useful, and if for some reason you want to explore those warehouses, do it with him. Avoid the searchlights of the helicopters on the overworld screen. It's no big deal if you happen to get in the searchlight, but it's going to send a foot soldier out to fight you, so you'll have to just kill an extra enemy, and it might take a little bit of damage off. Just do your best to avoid that. And we are now going to be moving on to the third sewer, which is where the Technodrome has to be, since it wasn't in the first two. Now this section right here is can be very, very frustrating and a little bit tedious, especially if you don't have any scrolls on you. The way to handle it is to try to wait until the porcupine enemy jumps up and then slash him with Donatello's bow. I got a little impatient here, so I just decided to kill them the hard way with the scrolls, and I took a little damage for it. But if you don't have the scrolls or you just don't want to take damage, just be patient and wait until they jump high enough that Donatello's bow can take them out. You can get them both. You can get the porcupine and the armadillo. You just have to wait a while for it to happen. This sewer really takes forever to backtrack out of, and it's the main reason why I saved it for last. I read a comment on one of my older videos that someone was having trouble with keeping the scroll weapon throughout the whole game. They were picking up like the boomerangs and the shurikens and the other weapons in the game, which are not very useful, and it was a big part of the reason why they couldn't complete the game. And I want to give you guys a little bit of a tip here on how to avoid that. The best way that I've found to avoid picking up other weapons is just to proceed really slowly through the game. One of the biggest problems is that the turtles tend to be right on top of the screen, and if there's an enemy kind of next to them, when they kill them, they'll pick up the weapon that way. So make sure that you're not right on top of the screen when you're progressing through, and just go through slowly, and you probably won't have that issue. I think this is a pretty tough boss without the scrolls. With the scrolls, though, it's a cinch. The way we're going to be dealing with it is we're going to be taking out the cannon that it has in the front, or whatever that thing is that shoots out the lightning, and this little foot soldier hatch, which sends out an infinite amount of foot soldiers to kill. Take those two things out first with the scrolls, and then you can worry about the gun turrets. I actually forgot that you can still get damaged by standing on the edge of the Technodrome, but not a big deal. I only lost one pellet of health. Once you get the guns out and the hatch out, you can leave that lightning in the back. You don't have to do any damage to that. Donatello works best here because he has the longest range, obviously, and I wouldn't recommend wasting any scrolls on this thing, so just try to do small jumps from the center of the treadmill that you're on, conveyor belt that you're on, and stab upwards, or just stab the eye directly from the side like I'm doing here. And it'll just take a little while, but you'll take the Technodrome out with no problem. And just like that, guys, we're going to be moving on to take out Shredder in the final part of our LP. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my Ultimate Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 walkthrough. I will see you guys next time. This is Josh Dragon signing out.